So this is my second video reply to VileRiley in response to the ongoing battle between Tasco and Fixer. And this is my take on Fixer and my experience with the guy. I already made the Tasco one, so I'm just explaining to VileRiley that I interact with both of these people separately. I'm not taking a side. Although I've had better luck having conversation with one of them than the other. And I already explained Tasco's side. So Fixer's my first interaction or my first exposure to Fixer was, I think it was on an account that, I don't even remember the name of it. I don't think it was Don't Be a Jew Too. I think it was something else. He came on and made a reply to me saying he liked my videos or something like that. It was at night. I remember looking at the response, and I think it was a video response, and it was him in a room where it was completely black. It was really dark, and I could just see this like floating head and on the screen. And he said something and whatever. So I looked at the profile, and I think that profile said he was 47 or something like that. So I was thinking, wow, this is a guy that might be a little more, I mean, at that point I was talking with Chad and Prince Christopher. I wasn't really buddies with them or whatever. I was dogging Chad for his rap and making fun of PC or whatever. It was all in good fun or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe this guy, here's a guy that's older than me. We'll see what he does. Turns out I guess he's not older than me. I don't know. He's in his 30s or whatever. But I mean, let's face it. The bald head can fool you. You never know how old a guy is when he's completely bald. But anyway, so that was the first interaction. Then it's like a couple days later, or maybe the next day, he offered up some advice to me, saying that I should make my videos with a black background. And I mean, that's fine, but I'm not interested in the production value of my videos, really. I'm not. Doesn't matter to me. The only thing I do is fade in and fade out at the end. That's it. I cut off the ends and fade it in and fade it out. So, not important to me. I'm not trying to win some kind of cinematography award or whatever. It's, to me, it's what I'm talking about. It's my, you know, my therapy that I'm making these videos or whatever. So, but yeah, you know, it's cool that he came on and said, hey, maybe you should do this. It's more your personality or whatever. And I think I just said, dude, I really, you know, maybe someday I'll worry about that stuff, but right now I'm just this little freaking YouTube user, and so it's not important to me. And so, you know, I kind of filed his name away because I watched some of his little bits and pieces of a couple of the videos that he made, but they were never up long enough to, you know, I mean, I'd go back and, wait, isn't this the guy that made that? There's nothing here. So I remember thinking, here's a guy that said he was going to make some videos, but I see it's up and then the next day it's not, and so whatever. I never really said, oh, I'm gonna subscribe to him, or I'm gonna come back and check out what he's got to offer, just because he seemed inconsistent to me. So, but I remember putting in the back of my mind that, because I mean, let's face it, we always go, there's either going to be a guy that's hostile towards you, or he's not hostile towards you. And he was a guy that wasn't hostile, because he's trying to offer up some advice to me, and he also said he liked listening to my videos or watching my videos. So that first impression was, okay, here's a guy that's going to watch my stuff and not be critical or not be hostile or whatever. Then I talked about economics and minimum wage, and he came by and asked about, well, what about this overtime laws? And I offered my opinion, and then he got pissed off at me, man. Said I had no fucking right to talk about these things because I was in the Army my entire life. Even though I wasn't. I mean, I've been out for 5 years now. I retired in 2003. But, you know, Let's not let the facts get in our way. So I had no right to be talking about these things, which, you know, that's just a stupid thing to say anyways. Because, you know, I've never played college football either. But if I see a guy that's playing quarterback and throwing interceptions, you know, 6 interceptions in a game, and I say, well, they need to get a different quarterback, that, you know, that's probably a pretty valid argument, even though I never played college football. So he got pissed off at me for that. But it still didn't matter. I was still going to interact with him however I saw fit. I saw the Jesus Sucks video, and I made that video. And I saw VileRiley, you like that, the doggone dough and all that stuff. I've seen you mention that a few times. So it's just like, to me, if somebody wants to poke fun at me, make a video about me, it would be funny for me to watch that. I've made videos making fun of Prince Christopher. Prince Christopher, I'm probably not his favorite guy, but I can, outside of the back and forth that we have, we talk on private messages, and, you know, we're not fighting or anything like that. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does. I'm sure he doesn't agree with a lot of the things I do, but we have this back and forth, so whatever. Chad, I made fun of him. I still have these videos up there where I pretend like I think he's acting like he's mentally retarded and rapping and stuff. But we talk to each other, and we understand that this is just making fun of each other and whatever. But Fixer can't do it. Fixer is too thin-skinned to do this kind of stuff. That's the way I see it. I mean, him blocking me the other day because I asked him a question just showed me. I mean, and then he says that I'm trying to be Mr. Popular. What the hell are we, in junior high or something? He's got some kind of I don't even know what to call it. When he calls me Mr. War Hero, dude, what is your problem with, you know, do you have some kind of jealousy towards people that were in the military because you didn't hack it in there? I mean, I don't know. Why would you call somebody Mr. War Hero? I mean, he's got issues, dude. So that's the way I look at Fixer. I've never seen him make a serious sit down and talk about an issue. He gets on and waves his finger at you and tries to be all badass, or he makes a video trying to impress people with his computer hacker's ability. I mean, the one he did on the, you know, when he did the trace route on 192.168.1.1, who is he making these videos for? Is how many people are actually looking at that and going, huh, that's hopping outside his ISP's router. I don't know where he's picking. I mean, who's he making these videos for? So, you know, my take on the whole Tasco and Fixer thing is, do you have to take a side? I mean, I interact with those two people totally separate. Just like I would with you, VileRiley. I don't think you've taken a side necessarily. I think you're one of the few people that would stick up for Fixer, which, you know, that's cool if you want to do that, but because the experience that I've had with Fixer and the experience that you've had with Fixer are two different things. You know, don't think I'm on the opposite side of things with you. Because honestly, VileRiley, I think of the people that I've interacted with on here, when I watch your videos, whenever I see a new video that you make, I'm like, I gotta watch it right away. Because you are real. When you talk on the video camera and you're talking, you're giving your honest assessment of the situation. And I'm kind of down with that, you know. So anyways, I just thought, since you mentioned you thought I was taking somebody's side, I wanted to let you know how I felt about it. I judged them all on, everybody that I see on here, based on their own merit. I'm not on a side. That's why I'm a pretty conservative guy, but I didn't join the conservative lines. I don't want to be part of a group. I'm my own individual. So, 10-minute mark. That's it for the Fixer video. Talk to you later, VileRiley.